Hi, I'm Maombi. I'm here to present about the project called Making a New Manager. Let's start to an overview presentation that I can talk on it. I will talking about two sessions. The first session is to describe the five major functions of management that are planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. For session B, I can talk about description of the three manager style that are directing, delegating, and discussing. Let's start to the description of planning. Planning is the process of thinking about the activity required to achieve a design goal. Again, planning is the process of deciding in details how to do something before you actually start to do it. This means that when you design to do something, it is better to think on what it is be done, when it is to be done, how it is to be done, and the last three is how is going to do it. Those steps can help you to achieve your goal in easy way. For an example of planning and its tasks, for instance, decide which steps are necessary to accomplish that goal. Accomplishing the goal of improving company sales, increasing advertising, inventory, and salary staff. Let's move to the task of planning. A planning has the task of organization. Its goal is to improve company sales, to design which steps are necessary to accomplish the goal that they have in good ways. Let's move to the organization and its tasks. Organizing, it is implementing a pattern of relationship among works and making optimized use of the resources required to enable the successful carrying out of plan. To moving to the task of organizing. Organizing have the task of organize their team and the material in terms of their planning. Assigning works and granting authority are two important elements of organizing. Example of organizing: need to organize different events that should be happening in his or her association. To communicate effectively, that can help you to achieve your goal in a good way. Moving to the description of staffing. Staffing first is analyzing of a job and hiring the people that have the skills for appropriate jobs. Again, it provides different training in if necessary and to keep the current skills. Tasks of staffing. Staffing have the tasks of training, developing, employer, selecting, and recruiting. Example of staffing: he or she should be a good problem solving with employees. Coaching the all employees. Moving to the description of leading and its tasks. Leading or directing, it is the determining what needs to be done in a situation and getting people to do it. Tasks of leading. Leading have a task of coaching, communicating, motivating, encouraging, and guiding. Again, leading must be the one who become a problem solving with their employees in order to work in a peaceful way. Example of leading: on of last decision, coaching the employees. The last one is description of controlling and its tasks. Controlling or monitoring is a process of checking current outcome against forecast plan and making adjustments when necessary so that goals are achieved. Task of controlling have the task of examination of different activities. In addition, need to correct all information in order to have the real data. Moving to the example of controlling should verify all employees works. Moving to the second section, that is definition of the description of tree management. Let's start to the definition of directing. Directing means giving instruction, guiding, counseling, motivating, and leading the staff in an organization for doing to achieve organization's goal. Again, direct can help a leader how to tell employer what to do in our business or any organization. Let's have the strength, weakness of the directing. Let's start to the strength. Directing have the strength of it provides structure to uninstructed tasks. It emphasizes safety and security to create clarity with error expectation. It is very easy to learn. Lastly, it reduces issue with the motivation works. For the weakness, directive have the weakness, it restricts the initiative of central works, it avoid the user of collaboration, it reduces overall moral for most team, it requires the leader skills to be high than the workers skills. The last is it is high dependent upon the leader. Moving to the scenario of directing. In any workplace, a manager has the one who was the one who can lead the team. One day, a manager have one new employer that come in her company. He did not know the law of the organization. A manager take a time of directing or law that an organization use in terms of achieving their goal. She directs him until she accepts or see or the law in a good way, how the company can work in good ways. Moving to the delegating. Delegating means that sharing the authority and the responsibility to the employees. This means that employees are given the ability to complete project and tasks on their own. Delegate show the way of how manager let employer figure it out on their own. Moving to the strength, even weakness of delegating. Strength, be aware of employer skills, communicate what success look like, keep communicating, going, celebrate victory. For the weakness, insufficient training of skills, lack of experience, moral issue, perfection result in a loss of control. Scenario of delegating. One day manager was scheduling a meeting to the employees and she have the many tasks to work on that has the due date. At that time she delegates one of her employee to lead a meeting because of her absence. Moving to the discussion is style of appropriate when there are opportunity to influence goal, plan, and assignment. Again, discuss is how manager ask question and listen to the employees. Moving to the strength, collaborating with employer, being honest, communicate effectively. For weakness, times may limit discuss period. To the scenario, at the time that when you are working as a team, we share meet different challenge. A manager can be the one who schedule a meeting on how we can work together in order to discuss or the issue that we are facing, each and everyone can participate and raise his or her idea, and the manager can be the one who take the last decision of solving those issues that we are facing on. Lastly, I have the different resources that I use while I'm working on this project. Thank you.